Hey, what's up? It's DFS Rico coming at you with my picks and insight for this League of Legends LPL 2-game slate on Tuesday, July 21st. We got the 2-gamer. Yesterday went pretty solid. I did pick the V5 guys, but they ended up playing good enough. I had about 90% LGD in my lineups. I picked them over Team Wii. That was kind of the game where I was holding my leverage off of, and they ended up 2-0ing Team Wii. So I actually ended up practically winning, cashing in most of my lineups, just due in part to the fact that Team Wii was so heavily owned and they ended up losing. So V5 kind of balanced that out. And I know some of the guys on the Discord ended up playing the IG and the LGD stack and took down some good money. So that's what I like to see over at the Patreon. They were listening to the fact that I was telling them both games can be upsets. And I even came into the slate assuming that, but slowly as the day went on, I ended up liking V5 more and more. But it's all right. It happens. I still ended up cashing, so I can't complain. Profit is profit. Can't go broke making a profit, so I can't complain. Today, we got OMG versus FPX and VG Gaming versus EDG. Two pretty good games, two pretty even teams in a way in the VG and EDG one, but I think the FPX one's the one that's a little easier to judge. But I will tell you guys, FunPlus Phoenix is coming in with a 4-match losing streak, so they are not looking too good. They're not looking like the defending champions that they were earlier in the split or even in the spring split. They're just struggling a little bit right now. So, I mean, if you're looking for a way to be different, I know FunPlus Phoenix will be the highest owned team on the slate. So OMG is a way to go if you want to play that side. I mean, if FPX just keeps playing the way they've been playing, they're going to lose again. But I personally think they turn it around today. I'm hoping they turn it around. That's something I'd like to see. And then we got Vici Gaming versus Edward Gaming, where I think that's where it's going to come down to the most. You're going to have to guess that game right to really win tonight. But I think FunPlus Phoenix is kind of not a lock, but I feel pretty comfortable playing them. I'll probably be having most of them in my lineups. We got Vici Gaming versus EDG starting lineups. Leon starting again for Vici Gaming. They keep bouncing their junglers around, so be careful. Like, if Leon has a bad game one, like let's say EDG wins, I could see them subbing out Leon for Ikes. So just be very careful with that. And then EDG side, you got Jai starting over Junjia. I haven't seen EDG sub out a jungler during the middle of the match, so I wouldn't be too worried. I think usually whoever starts game one, even if it goes to 3 games, they usually just play the same jungler throughout. And then Xiao Xiang has been starting the last couple matches at top lane. And then over with OMG, same starting lineup. Then you got FPX. Gimgoon is starting over Khan, which I think is a benefit for FPX, which kind of makes me like him a little more today. Just because Gimgoon, I think, fits their style more. He's a little more passive. He's a little more supporty. He doesn't try to play like carry top laners, which is what I think they don't need. I think they got Doan B and they got LWX enough to carry. And Gimgoon and Tion should be playing like tanky, supporty junglers and top laners, and that's kind of what Gimgoon brings. Khan is a little more aggressive. He likes to try to carry, and which honestly puts the team in bad positions when he gets behind, because FPX is already down a lane, you know, and losing top lane to a good top laner a top laner can carry a team. So if Khan's coming out and getting destroyed in the top lane, it really puts his team behind. So I'm hoping that'll be the difference maker today with Gimgoon in the top. And for the people that still haven't signed up for Patreon, just wanted to mention this. I am doing my my research into that slate on Thursday. Baseball is coming back. Let's get in there before baseball season starts so we can start talking. I already have guys in there talking, discussing it. I'm in there just trying to see people's strategies, how they approach slates and stuff. It's always good to see how other people do and just take from them. For only $10 a month, not too bad. But yeah, and I will be posting a little bit of League of Legends. I've kind of told the guys that I will be doing mainly baseball, basketball, and then football eventually. But I don't mind talking about any sport in there. I created lobbies for every sport, so there's guys in there that play every sport, so it won't just be yourself. Even if I can't help too much with some sports, there's some guys in there that know a decent amount. But yeah, before I get into my picks, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I really do appreciate it, guys. I've been getting a lot more support lately, and that's just what I like to see. I just want to see people succeed is all I'm looking for. So the game I'm going to talk about mainly, like I did mention, you have your Vici Gaming and EDG. which both of those teams, Vici Gaming comes in 11.8 kills per game and 12.6 deaths. And then you got EDG, 13.3 kills and 13.8 deaths. Those are the main stats I'm going to point out from that game. Like I say, I save more of it for my Patreon, but I think that's a good game. I think it's a toss-up. I think a lot of people will be playing EDG. I think they'll be playing Vici more because I've noticed you can fit 80 carry or a mid in the top lane in the captain spot just playing both favorites. So I don't see why people would drift away from playing the favorites only to be different. So I do think EDG will be the different play if you want to be different. I can see ways that EDG can beat Vici Gaming, but myself, I'm leaning more towards Vici Gaming right now. But obviously, if you play more lineups, just play them both if you can. But all right, let's get to it. If I do start any of my lineups out, I am going to be starting with DoinB in the mid lane. I do prefer him over LWX. He's shown me more upside. Even going into last split, he's shown more upside. I do not mind LWX, but like I was talking about with Vici Gaming, I don't mind putting iBoy in there to start my Vici Gaming stack. And then the next guy I really like for FPX will be Tion. And I like Gimgoon just because he's only 6.2k. It's his first start of the season. I think he'll come in trying to prove something that he should still be a starter. But he should be solid. Like I mentioned, I do like DoinB, and I think I noticed I was able to fit a lineup where I was able to put DoinB in the captain spot and kind of pairing him up with Vici Gaming. It's super solid. You can go either way with LWX or iBoy, but just depending how you like to stack your lineups. This is kind of like a core that I'm looking at early on right now. Nice little, I think this is like a solid cash line. A way to start your cash line or smaller entry. Once you start getting up to bigger GPPs, obviously you want to differentiate yourself from everybody, and there's just spots where you can do that. But today's not a slate where I myself is not going to be too different. I think I'll just go with the favorites and just go from there and try to mix and match the captain spot and my junglers and top laners depending how many lineups I end up doing. But with all that being said, FPX does come in 12.8 kills per game and 13.28 deaths. OMG does 12.4 kills and 15 deaths. So one thing I do want to point out, when FPX loses, they actually die the most out of any team on this slate. They're dying 19.5 times a game when they lose. So if OMG does come out and win this match, it's going to be a lot of kills, a lot of deaths for FPX and a lot of kills for OMG. So if you do want to play the OMG side, I don't mind you doing that. And then FPX is the superior team, though. The only team stat that I found out that OMG is better at is jungle CS and Baron percentage. But when it comes to gold differential at 15, first tower, first dragon, overall dragon control, FPX is a superior team, which is why I'm leaning that way. Even though they are on a 4-game skid, I think I still prefer them. They still have the better players in their lineup. They just have a better roster across the board, in my opinion. So I am just going to stick with them. But I can see the argument. If FPX comes out the way they've been looking lately, OMG can easily pull off the upset. But I think they turn it around tonight. I hope they turn it around tonight for me and you guys. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Get over to that Patreon. Baseball season starts Thursday. Thanks for watching, guys.